Jazzcast Pros.
Are you ready?
Want cheers?
you think like me. What's your sign?
Gemini.
All right, I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do it again. One time for the bowl.
Cheers.
All right. Hey, listen. Guys, we just chilling and talking and chilling. Talking about the Super Bowl, the big game. You ready for the big game?
I'm ready. I'm
ready
excited.
for the big game, man. Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. We want to talk about the behind the scenes. So you're here with your favorite short guy.
I'm Rashawn Hargrave. And so I thought I'd just give like a first take and some thoughts on this year's Super Bowl ads and marketing, because those are some of the most coveted ad spots ever. Welcome to High Vibe Table Talks, the podcast to help you, the current or aspiring solopreneur, navigate the messy middle so you can make both an income and an impact. And I have a really special guest today.
Toshman Powell, your favorite short guy. How y'all doing?
And we're actually in a really cool space today. We are in your creative studio.
Welcome.
The big thing I really want to talk about is you are going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And that is really cool.
Yes.
So tell me, I mean, you're from Rochester, New York, and so you're going to do social media for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Tell us about what that journey has been for you.
Oh, man. I really, I've taken this journey like a player, as if I was a basketball player or a football player going to that big game. Mm-hmm. So I started working out 2 times a day. I've been creating more. Mm-hmm. Like my whole life is like, all right, I gotta create. And it's the game. It's like preparing for the game. It's been training camp. I'm learning that I have a lot of tools that I wasn't necessarily utilizing before now. Mm-hmm. You know, like these gimbals and the selfie sticks and lights. Yeah. It's like when you put to a test to show what you got, you go in your closet and you're like, okay, what do I have? Yeah. But throughout that, you realize I have all these things all the time and I don't do, you know? Yeah. So that reassurance that I have everything I need is probably the one thing that's ringing in my head this whole time. It's like, keep going. You have what you need. Keep going. Being somebody from Rochester and having an opportunity to go out to the Super Bowl, that's big for me. Yeah. I can't say that I'm not. I'm very, 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 very excited. But I've been more excited to create. Like, people have been like, aren't you, like, why don't you seem so? Because I'm like, what? I'm thinking about my next skit. Like, I'm thinking about my next thing to make sure that it lives. The Super Bowl, when it ends Sunday, it's over. But that's like just your like jumping off point. Yeah. Like you're just getting started. This is the beginning for me. So I think that's why it feels this way. That's really cool. A lot of what you were talking about, people can feel cringy. Yeah, you know, and like my word for the year is whimsy, because I just want to bring more whimsy into my life. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is like letting go of the cringe of like, I don't give an F about what other people think of me doing something. Let it go. Let it go. I think letting it go is why I got here. I'm currently building out a campaign that I created called Do It Now. I'm working alongside Pepsi to make it an official campaign. Mm-hmm. My Do It Now campaign is really just pushing the world to do it now, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. If you're overthinking, come on, man, just do it now. Yeah. You know you're good at something and you're like, man, I know I could do it now. Yeah. Even when you get that idea, you know how many times you get a good idea and it was sent to you from the higher power? Yep. And you just like, you dance in it for a minute. It gives you that magical feeling and it lives in your brain. Yeah. So I created the Do It Now campaign that I've been pushing along this road to Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. It's like, you got to get out of that mode, people. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, TikTok allows us to reach anybody in the world with your little camera. The social media, www, World Wide Web. You can reach anybody. I think this is the year where you turn your cameras on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's somebody who's special in their house and we don't know you. Yeah. You know, there's somebody who could dance better than Michael Jackson. We don't know you. There's somebody who could jump higher than LeBron. We haven't seen them because they didn't turn their phone on yet. Yeah. So when you say like that cringe, I think people cringe because they're thinking about what it looks like. I wonder what I look like doing this. And they think what other people are going to think about them. Yes. And other people, to be honest, don't really care. They don't. So like, you know what gets watched the most on like online and your streams and stuff? What? The most natural things. Mm-hmm. The mom cooking, the little kid crying, the baby who slapped the other baby and said a word. It'd be the most natural things. And even in your day scrolling, you'll find yourself watching more of that than the other stuff. Yeah. Like, you're not reacting to the stain on someone's shirt. You're not reacting to the bad note when they were singing. You're more like, oh, they tried.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. And I think a lot of people are just stuck. And I want to encourage people to just get out. And the way that I'm doing that now is I'm here. I'm creating all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no matter what, I'm making it. And it's like, anyone who's watching me can see it now. Yeah. It's like, you can see like, oh, he's not calculating it. He's just freely creating the freedom. That word freedom. I think if we attach freedom to our creation, you'll do so much more. Yeah.
One of the important things for creatives is like reducing the space between, like you said, that download, that idea that comes to you and taking action on it.
Got to.
If we create as little space as we can, that's where like we can be the most successful because we're not putting all of like societies and what we've been conditioned to think is like cool or okay or creative or like somebody else is doing it. When that's like taken off of it, that's
when you get that idea and it feels electric, that's the energy you need. Yeah. That is the energy you need to move on it right then. Yeah. And like I've been doing that now. Oh my God, I feel like Sonic. I feel like Goku. Like yo. Yeah. And it really feels that way because like even now, look at us. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like from it being a conversation to being a text to it happening. Yep. A lot of people would have overthought that. They would have perfected it. Yep. Well, where are we going to do it and how are we going to... No.
We literally, like, I was talking to my producer, Jazzy, on Monday. She goes, I know somebody you need to talk to. We talked Monday afternoon. You had an event on Wednesday, so now we're meeting on Thursday. We just had an awesome conversation before this from your social media. And
we rolling. I know. Do it now, people. Yeah. Do it now.
So.
Do it now.
It's cool.
It is.
Yeah. So tell me more about this creative studio that we're sitting in right now. Like I have a community for women entrepreneurs to come and grow together and create together and, you know, also be like safe spaces of like, this is fucking hard, you know? So talk to me about your
iCreate studio. I created this place for all thinkers, for creators, people who are up late night and want to kind of get something going, people who may have ideas and things, talent, skills, or might not have a system to go put it in. There's probably not a job for some of these people. Yeah. I always felt like that. When I first started Major Moves, I was 15 years old. I couldn't even get a job. And I was, you know, I'm working with people who believed in me. You know what I mean? They're taking me to the shows and their studios and all this stuff and all these big dreams. But there was no job for a creator back then. You know what I mean? There was no job for just a creative thinker. I had all of this magical energy back then. We were doing the videos. We were making the creative dances before it was trendy, before it was viral. Yeah. So it was like once the things that I've always done became forefront, it was like, okay, now let me step up, you know? Like I watched other people do it before me. So watching people become creative, knowing I needed space to be creative, I knew one day I would create a space where I would not have to ask someone to do a creative thing. Yep. Like I spent a lot of time renting space, being boxed in because like I might have an idea and I come to you and I say, can I do this in your space? And you say, yeah, but then you put me in a box. And now my idea isn't even my idea anymore because I have to work within your parameters. Yep. I think creativity has no roof. It has no doors. It has, you know what I mean? Like when you step into creativity, you can go. Yeah. So I made this place for people who think like me. I want to have a lounge, a location, a pin where anybody of any color, race can come and create business ideas, create businesses, create platforms, create shows, productions. Maybe you know how to edit a video and I don't, but I make them. Yeah. Maybe I sing and you make beats. Maybe you write songs and I have a beautiful voice. Maybe you take pictures and I just dress well.
Because we're all living in our zone of genius. Yeah. And then we can create more together because we have those opportunities. And one thing I love about working with entrepreneurs is a lot of times they create something for a previous version of themselves. And it sounded like you were craving something like this for a long time. So you're hoping to have this so the previous version of yourself, whoever that is, out here walking around, has it.
Yeah, for sure. You know? I remember being 15, 16 with nothing but great ideas and Sonic style energy. Yeah. But it was like nobody could match that. It was only certain people who could even get in that car and ride with me, you know, and even them, it was like, I was always like a little too much. Yeah. Where it's like, I knew like, man, I need to create a space where I could just fucking be me.
Yeah.
You know, and like I've met some amazing people from just people would be like, there's no way. You know, like not planned at all.
Yeah.
But the fact that I have a place to go to, a creative place we could go talk about creativity, it has given me such a, like I've met some amazing people and they walk in here and it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking musicians, thinkers, inventors, business owners.
Because you don't have to be less to be here.
You don't. You can be anybody, anything. And that's the beauty.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, there's so much beauty in that. Because some of the most amazing people in this world may not even know it about themselves because they think they gotta be a thing.
Yeah.
It's you. It's you. It's the way you think. It's the way you think.
I read Lenny Kravitz's book, and Lenny Kravitz and I actually share a birthday. He's also a Gemini.
Dope.
And in his book, he talks about how he opened for somebody, and I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was like Metallica or somebody like really big.
Yeah.
And he came out in like leggings and they were like, no, thank you. Like, go try something else. And he goes, you're not who I'm supposed to open for if I have to go be less to open for you. And he went out and did his own thing and became a
Lenny
superstar.
Kravitz.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. So like,
I love that.
If someone's telling you to be less, like that's not the space for you.
I was in here the other day with a friend of mine. He was playing guitar, and he's a student of guitar. He paints guitars, he customizes them, and he's learning, teaching himself.
Wow!
And he's a diehard fan of Jimi Hendrix, and he's in here killing, doing his thing. We're making a video, and I had to tell him, I said, be Jimi Hendrix before he was Jimmy.
Yeah,
he was just that cool guy.
Yeah,
and when I did that, he got it.
Yeah.
He like, okay. Because I'm like, bro, you can't be the great person you want to be until you just engulf this fucked up version of you.
Yeah.
You gotta be dirty, fucked up, messed all the way up and still be in your bliss.
It's like you talked about earlier, like people on social media don't want to see that perfect, polished person. They want to see the authentic you. And that's who you got to be.
I think that is why I'm feeling the way I feel right now. Because for all of these years, Marshawn, I've given myself a watered ass down version of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've always been this.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm happy that I'm finally living free in my creativity and
look where it's leading you. It's leading you to the freaking Super Bowl.
To the bowl, baby. We going to the bowl, Marshawn.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're enjoying this episode, check out High Vibe Table Talks, where we start to remove mental barriers and take action now so you can achieve your someday desires. I'm your host, Marshawn Hargrave, and if you've ever heard that little voice inside to go after something, but the fear around the unknown felt too big, this is the podcast for you. So that part of the episode was before the Super Bowl. Now here we are, Monday morning, the morning after the Super Bowl. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to give some of my initial thoughts of someone as a consumer who's also an entrepreneur talking about the ads. That is why so many people tune in. I mean, I still hear 20 years later, probably, when I see Clydesdales, I think of Bud Light and some of their infamous commercials. And so I thought I'd just give like a first take and some thoughts on this year's Super Bowl ads and marketing, because those are some of the most coveted ad spots ever. You know, each company for a 30-second ad spot pays millions and millions of dollars. And so just first thought when I woke up this morning thinking about the commercials, the first word that comes to mind is underwhelmed. There wasn't really any commercials where I was like, that was amazing. That was so well done. I'm still going to remember that. I'm definitely going to buy or put my money towards this company because of that commercial. You know, I think that as consumers, we are so much more intentional right now with our dollar than ever before, and companies that are doing the right things and promoting things the right way. And I think that we're just very intentional about the state of the world and where we are putting our money. And I was really underwhelmed by all of the ads last night. Like I woke up being like, were there any that I can even really like remember this morning? I think that in general, they tried to rely very heavily on the power of the celebrity. Like there were a lot of commercials that had big name celebrities. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say they're like super relevant celebrities. It's not like people, most of them I wouldn't say are in like movies that I'm dying to watch right now or TV shows that I'm dying to watch. It felt very like 90s and 2000s coded, like between the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and the Friends references and the Good Will Hunting references. And it just was kind of like, okay, I guess. But like, I'm not dying to go out and get some Dunkin'. So I would say overall, I'm very underwhelmed. The one that I have been thinking about, and not in a good way this morning, was the one that had like the Backstreet Boys in the background, and then it had like the song, the lyrics to the song. It was like a blue background and white text. A, I didn't even know what they were selling. B, I feel like my daughter can do that on her computer. Give her an hour and she'd be able to do that, you know? And so it's like, you spent a lot of money to create that? Really? And maybe that was the point, is to get us to be like, what in the world? And like, talk about it, which is what we're doing. So if that was their intention, then maybe it worked. But again, I don't remember the company that it was even for. And so I don't know. I think sometimes it's also just like getting your content out there, regardless of, you just got to get your content in front of more eyes. And then my last comment I will say is that I don't feel like any advertisers, really leaned into why a lot of people were tuning into the Super Bowl, which was for the halftime show. I mean, Bad Bunny is a multi-Grammy winning awarded artist and was doing the whole halftime show in Spanish. And that was, for parts of the country, very divisive. And there were a lot of eyes that would not have watched the Super Bowl if it weren't for the halftime performance. And I didn't really see any advertisers lean into that. And, like I said, a lot of the messaging was very like 90s, 2000s white girl coded. And that's not the new eyes that you were attracting. And so I thought that was a missed opportunity. And so it's always entertaining to have discussions like these where you talk about business decisions that as an entrepreneur, you're watching as an entrepreneur, wearing the entrepreneur hat, and also as a consumer and an end user. So I hope that was helpful or interesting. Listen and subscribe to High Vibe Table Talks on the Jazzcast Pros Network with the podcast listener you're using right now, because it is high time you activated your high vibes.